I had a great time today. Honestly, being able to have the community event at the very beginning of the day, moving to our veterans event, meeting with the community members, I learned a lot, and that was the whole point of why I wanted to come out here, because I wanted to listen to people, I wanted to hear about the challenges. Nobody's going to know better than the people living here on the ground. And in Sacramento, that gets lost, because you lose connections to communities, and I want people to understand that when I become governor, I want to stay connected, and that I'm going to really depend on them to keep me informed and making sure that I understand what's happening here in the Central Valley, and I can continue to deliver the solutions and the results that are improving people's lives, because that's the point of what I believe government exists to do, is to make improvements in people's lives and make it easier to live in this state. It's too difficult to live in this state, and I'm more confident than ever that we can deliver on those challenges. My platform is, I want to know that we all feel and believe that not just ourselves but our kids have a future in this state, that we can have a pathway to home ownership, that we work on affordability because it is too expensive to live here, and we can solve these challenges if we're committed to it. But the Central Valley has often been treated like flyover country. We've heard a lot about that today. It is time that there is a governor that spends the time getting to know the Valley and putting forth policies and plans and solutions that are going to start to solve the challenges and just create more equity in terms of funding that's coming here to the Central Valley. The state is too concentrated in coastal California. We need to spread that out. We need to create more jobs here, build more communities here, build more homes here. And I think that the Central Valley is going to play a really key central role in California's success. And I also believe that the Central Valley is going to play a really key central role in determining the next governor of California. I don't think we need to focus on labels, and I think that the biggest part of our problem of our politics today is that we're running to one extreme or the other extreme. That's not what Californians want. What they want is somebody who's going to be an adult, be the governor, and actually solve the challenges that everybody's facing on a daily basis. You know, being able to own a home, creating more equity and being in home ownership, and advantaging single-family homes and first-time home buyers to be able to buy a house, creating more affordability, and streamlining and making government more effective and efficient at delivering services. That isn't a right or left issue. We all want California to be safe. We all want opportunity in California. We all want a clean environment. It's just a matter of not trying to pigeonhole yourself by saying, I only believe or subscribe to a certain set of values. It's listening to everybody, because there are going to be a range of issues that we're going to have to deal with moving forward, and the next governor needs to be committed to solving the problem, not appeasing a side or a political party. What you're seeing across the country is that voters, people, they're looking for a new generation of leadership. And I believe that I represent a new generation of leadership, because I'm not a politician that has been around a long time and continue to use the same ideas and solutions to solve the challenges that ever actually get solved. So I'm different because I represent somebody who's an outsider, who's been out of the legislature. I've been living in the real world with everybody else for the last 5 years, and I can see the challenges. I can feel the challenges. I have concern about my kids and their future in this state. So I'm going to be able to represent something new, something different that we're not seeing. And because I've had power and I've given it up in the past, that's what makes me very strong and formidable as a governor of California, because my focus is going to be on actually putting people first and solving these challenges that we're talking about, not on what my next run is going to be, being president or going to the United States Senate. That's not my focus, that's not my concern. My concern is doing the job of being governor and then going back to be with my family and my kids, because my kids, after these 8 years, are going to be in high school, and I don't want to miss any more time with them. Everybody can recognize that we get in our own way as a state. We make it difficult to do business here. We constantly create more regulations, unnecessary and duplicative regulations that raise the cost of living, and we just don't do things from a common sense perspective. We always choose the path that's more difficult, which ultimately is just kicking the can down the road or putting a Band-Aid on whatever our challenges are. We need leadership that is committed to actually solving the problem, not just putting a Band-Aid on it. I believe that I represent that. I think voters are going to expect that. They're going to expect creativity, they're going to expect innovation, and they're going to expect a governor who's willing to think very much outside the box to solve these challenges.